Uh, Good morning to all the nodal officers for this program. I would like to introduce Suhani Sharma with you. She is a class 11 student of DPA school and she is working on a project named Sustainability Leadership Program for waste management, for the waste management. Suhani, just I'll be back. I've got a call.
Okay. Okay.
All the teachers are requested to please join. This is a program on the project sustainability. This is the leadership program. This is the product on this project on the waste management. So Suhani, she is the convener of the program. She'll discuss the highlights of all this program which has been initiated by her.
मैडम ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਕੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਸਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਮਰਾ ਵਿਹਲਾ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਯਾਰ ਮੈਂ ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ 13 ਚ
Could you please?
Please अपने microphones mute कर लो जी ਜਦੋਂ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇਗਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ on ਕਰਨਾ microphones.
I'm sorry, Preeti, just a moment. Good morning, everybody. A very good morning to all the nodal officers. Suhani Sharma, she's with us. She's a student of class 11 of DPA school. She is doing a project on sustainability leaders program for students with a focus on waste management. I would request all the nodal officers to please switch off their mics. It's a humble request to all the nodal officers who are attending this meeting to please switch off their mics so that there is no disturbance. And I would love if you all could open up your videos so that I can see your faces. It's a humble request. Please switch on your videos so that I can see your faces. And it would be more one-to-one interaction than with Suhani.
Yes.
Suhani, we have 21 participants with us now.
Yes,
I think we can start the program.
Okay, yes. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I would also like to thank Dr. Ginni Duggal for helping in organizing this whole meeting and putting this program into action. With us, we have our solid waste management experts, Dr. Naresh Kumar and Dr. Puran Chand. Now, without further ado, let's start. I prepared a small PPT that showcases a little about me and also what the program is about. Also, I would request that mute their mics, please. Let me just mute the mics. Yes. Please let me know if you can see the screen. Can everyone?
Is the screen visible to everyone?
Suhani, it is visible to everyone.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so let me just present. So this is the Sustainability Leaders Program in Waste Management. So a little about me. I am a grade 11 student from Delhi Public School, Chandigarh. I recently scored 99% marks in class 10. I led the Chandigarh squash team in the 36th National Games held at Gandhinagar, Gujarat. I love debating and have won many national level competitions. I also love playing the piano and tabla and have performed at various prestigious stages, including the Tagore Theatre. I even have some research studies that are under publication. One is with our Dr. Naresh Kumar, and I have some essays as well, which have been published by UNESCO in their digital library. Recently in May, I topped one of the national science exams called Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan. The final and third stage was held in Trivandrum, ISID Trivandrum. It was a 2-day national camp, and I got a big scholarship for a year called Bhaskar Scholarship, and got awarded 25,000 rupees. I also love cubing, and last year I broke the national female record for the 4x4 average. Now, a little background to this program. I've been involved with solid waste management since the last 4 years. So it started with my sister's Seva project that she had to do with CBSE. Naturally, she chose the topic solid waste management, and I used to accompany her in her door-to-door visits. We used to see the households sending their waste to the waste collectors. We also used to motivate the households that did not practice waste segregation. So I used to go on many field visits with her. Now, this second news clipping is of us organizing a small event with the waste collectors where we listened to their problems and tried to address them, and also conducted a small yoga session. Now, once she passed out, I started organizing my own field visits with my own fellow schoolmates and friends. Now, recently this year, I was a part of CBSE's Sustainability Accelerator internship. It started on 23rd May with about 10,000 students countrywide. And the students had to choose a sustainability problem. And I focused on solid waste management because I'd been involved since a really long time. They had live webinars and mission-based challenges. And at the end of the 4 weeks, 100 of the top students advanced to the next phase. And now at the end of those 4 weeks, the top 25 students were selected, and I was lucky to be one of them. And now next week, I have a live presentation. And if I get selected in the top 10, I will be invited for an offline internship. Now, as the weeks passed by, the competition intensified and demanded more time and skill. Now, some of the missions in Sustainability Accelerator, they were creating, excuse me, could you please mute your mic? Yes, thank you. So some of the missions in Sustainability Accelerator, they were creating and telling stories, brainstorming innovative solutions, creating websites, and delivering presentations. We had to make speeches, and we had to make video proposals of our pitches. We had to do some cost benefit analysis, constructed business model canvases, and mapped out ecosystems with the various stakeholders and activities. We even designed prototypes and conducted user studies. Now, this is an example of the ecosystem map that I prepared. It shows the different activities and the stakeholders associated with them. And this is an example of the business model canvas. As you can see, it has the key partners, value propositions, key resources, and it also had the cost structure and revenue stream. Oh, and this was a fun little thing that we had to do. So we had to write a letter to Elon Musk asking for sponsorship for our project. So my project 3D, which stands for Project 3 Dustbins, was the project that I proposed, and I wanted his financial help. Now, Sustainability Leaders Program. With a focus on waste management. I decided to start this program about 2 months ago when I realized all of the benefits I got from the sustainability internship program with CBSE. I realized that I learned so many skills, and I wanted other people, my fellow classmates, to also gain those skills. So I started laying out the details for this Sustainability Leaders Program. And luckily, this week, this program will be in full implementation. With the help of the DC, the municipal corporation, and the Department of Education. Right now, it's focused on Mohali, but I would like to expand it to Punjab once the Mohali phase is successful. Now, what is sustainability? As we all know, sustainability is meeting our present needs without compromising the future generations' ability to meet theirs. And what is sustainable waste management? It's the collection, processing, and disposal of waste in a way that minimizes its impact on the environment and human health. Or in simple ways, it's the practice of reducing, reusing, recycling, and recovering waste. Now, Sustainability Leaders Program, it's an innovative educational initiative. Its main motive is to increase the awareness of the students on this crucial area of waste management and help them learn their sustainable practices. It will help provide the students with knowledge, develop skills on problem solving, communication, and research. It will empower students to become advocates for sustainable waste management practices and will promote a cleaner and greener environment. Now, the curriculum. So this will be a 4 weeks beginners program in which 1,000 students from all over Mohali will join. And then from those 1,000 students, we'll select the top 100 students to be involved in the 4-week advanced program. The time commitment per week is going to be about 2 hours. So there are going to be live webinars on waste management and sustainable practices, field visits to waste management facilities, mission-based challenges for students to innovate solutions. They will have to deliver presentations, make posters, craft narratives, tell stories, and even record speeches or create a website. And once the program is completed, the students will be receiving a certificate. Some of the unique features are it's a structured educational program that nurtures skill and knowledge. I've also made a website where we will be showcasing the students' works in the form of blogs, videos, sample exercise. Oh, and I've also provided many sample exercises in my website if the students want to refer to that. We're also having a mentorship program where we will get high school and college students to act as mentors for the students so that they can help them in their way. And we also have this thing called Sustainability Leader School. So we will be selecting a school from the 20, depending on the points that their students gain. So the school with the students who gain the highest points will be named the Sustainability Leader School of the Year. Now, the role of the nodal teachers. So today, I would like that the nodal teachers email me a list of 50 students with the student's name, class, school name, name of the nodal officer, email ID, and contact number to my email address, sustainableleadersprogram@gmail.com. And now tomorrow, 24th August, we will be having a webinar with the school students at 9:30 a.m. So I would like the nodal officers from each school to sit in the projector room with the students, and we will be having a question session at the end. And from this webinar, I would like that each of the nodal officers send me 5 selected photographs and 1 video recording of about 1 minute of the session. And then from 28th August to 8th September, field visits for the students will be organized by the Solid Waste Management Wing of MC Mohali. They will prepare a school-wide schedule and they will share it with me by tomorrow, which I will send on our WhatsApp group. And then the nodal officers from the field visits must email about 5 to 10 photographs and 2 video recordings taken at different locations. And then in week 3, the students will be guided to select a mission-based challenge, express its impacts and desired outcomes through short essays, stories, or posters. In week 4, the students will share their key learnings, especially any personal behavior change that can be attributed to this program through presentations or video recorded speeches. For week 3 and 4, mentors will be assigned and tasks will be conveyed to the school nodal teacher who will facilitate submissions through email. So now I'll be briefly going over some of the principles of solid waste management, and Dr. Naresh and Dr. Puran can add anywhere if I miss something. So what is solid waste? It's basically the unwanted and unusable material. It's generated from households, educational institutions, marriage places, restaurants, and just everywhere. Now, it can be divided into many types. One is the biodegradable wet waste. This includes our kitchen waste. Then it's the non-biodegradable dry waste. It's the plastic waste, which is like wrappers, plastic bottles. Then the sanitary waste, which is the used diapers, sanitary napkins. And the domestic and hazardous waste, which includes chemical products like paint drums, pesticide cans. And then the e-waste, which is basically the electrical waste. Now, we know the hazards of poor waste management. It can cause air, water, and soil pollution, act as a breeding ground for flies and mosquitoes that cause further diseases. Burning of waste causes carcinogenic gases and greenhouse gases. This waste can clog our water bodies and drain the sewer system. It can enter the life cycle of an aquatic animal or stray animals and even kill them, right? So our waste is composed of wet 50% of our waste is composed of wet waste. And in wet waste, we have two types, kitchen waste and horticulture waste. And dry waste is composed of recyclables, non-recyclables, and inerts. Now, what are our duties as a waste generator? One is, of course, minimizing the waste generation at individual and household level. So lesser amount of waste is gone to the RMCs, so they have lesser amount of waste to handle. Then we must segregate waste at source and store the waste in 3 separate streams, such that there's a compartment for wet and biodegradable waste. There's a compartment for dry and non-biodegradable waste. And then there's another compartment for domestic, hazardous, and e-waste. We must stop littering on streets and open places. We must not burn or bury the solid waste, but rather properly dispose it off. We must use eco-friendly alternatives instead of single-use plastic items like jute bags or cloth bags. Now, for reducing waste at source, we must follow the 5 R's. This includes refuse, which means refusing to take plastic bags and other single-use plastics from vendors and shopkeepers. Reduce, which means stopping the usage of single-use disposable items. Reuse, which means reusing of used items instead of buying new ones, such as containers, cans, jars, cloth. And then repair, refurbish, remodel, and renovate. As the name suggests, it means repairing or upcycling products whenever possible. And then recycling is basically one of the most important of the 3 R's. It's segregating the dry waste items and giving them to recyclers. Now, steps of waste management. First step is source segregation of waste, as I said before, into wet, dry, and domestic hazardous. Then there's door-to-door scheduled collection and transportation in segregated manner till the waste processing facilities. And in this process, we must try our best to eliminate the use of single-use plastics. Then there's the processing of wet and dry waste at the RMCs. Then there's the safe disposal of hazardous waste. Now we can see that in these pictures, our community motivators are demonstrating source segregation door to door. Now this is an example of waste segregated at the source. As you can see, the dry waste and the wet waste have been properly separated by this household. As you know, in Mohali especially, we have our waste collectors who have carts with different compartments for dry, west, and domestic hazardous waste that go to door collecting the waste. And now the wet waste, once it reaches the recovery material facilities, it is composted to make manure. And this manure is further distributed with the farmers and agriculturalists. But we can obviously always practice home composting as well in backyard pits or just even in buckets. I've seen people who don't have a lot of space, they're practicing composting in buckets. It's all about your own personal motivation and doing your best to help reduce the waste. There are also many community composting pits where people can sell their waste in, their wet waste in. And then these are examples of pits that are present in parks. So this takes the horticulture waste and then converts it into manure. We can see that the dry waste is handled at the material recovery facility. So they make these plastic bales, which they further sell to different companies in the form of refuse-derived fuel. The tertiary level segregation happens at the RMC. Here they try and segregate the dry waste further so as to get the maximum use out of it. As you can see, there are bottles over here and just plastic cloth. And then coconut shells as well are being used in many places. All right, so they're being grinded and put into the composting pits to get a better manure. Now, what are the advantages of solid waste management? It reduces the harmful greenhouse gases emissions, reduces air, water, soil pollution, toxic gas explosions in landfills, waste added to landfills. It reduces the exploitation faced by sanitation workers and helps in more employment and income generation, helps in resource conservation and transforming waste to wealth. Now we can see some people have beautifully put the used waste to redecorate their households. Now, what is your role as a waste management sustainability leader? At the individual level, it means developing an understanding for importance of waste management with source segregation, starting waste segregation at homes, refusing to use plastic carry bags and single-use plastic items, and adopt eco-friendly alternatives. It means carrying your own cloth bag and own steel water bottle, means practicing not to litter, not to throw waste in water bodies, and not burning waste, right? It means starting your own home composting, reusing waste items and donating any surplus used items to needy people, respecting waste collectors, creating awareness in family members, household workers, friends, relatives, and neighbors for practical solutions. Now, at the school or community level, this includes creating awareness, engaging in talks, promoting cleanliness, and supporting sanitation workers, motivating to eliminate single-use plastics, promoting zero waste events. We must organize camps to collect items such as used clothes, bags, footwear, bottles, books, furniture, and other usable items to donate them to needy people. Just imagine, would you rather use 10 different plastic bags for 10 different vegetables or one cloth bag? The choice is yours. Don't wait for the change, be the change. Thank you. And before that, I would also like to present my website. One sec. I hope everyone can see it. Could you please unmute your mic and let me know if everyone could see it, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
So, Hani, it is visible. We are seeing your website.
Okay, thank you. So this is the website, Sustainability Leaders Program for School Students. It has a little bit about the program, then movement, benefits and outcomes that include critical thinking skills, public speaking, and research skills. We also have online registration for the students, but I feel like it's a lot of hassle. So you can just email me the list of 50 students with their classes, names.
So, Hani, may I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I permitted to say something?
Yes, ma'am.
I would request all the nodal officers to do the registration here only. The registration should be by the nodal officers of all the 50 students of their school. Because some things we might not know, which is to be filled in these registration forms. So it is all the best that if you get hold of all your 50 students whom you are taking into this group, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਰਜਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਸ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜ਼ੂਮ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖੁਦ ਹੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੇ 50 ਬੱਚੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਲਿਸਟ ਭੇਜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਜਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰੋ। Yes, Suhani, you can continue.
Thank you so much. So this is the site. I'll be
Suhani, excuse me.
Hanji.
The list has been provided to me.
Acha.
Most of the schools, they have provided the list to me. So
Okay.
I can share the list with you.
Yes, ma'am, that would be good.
Preeti ma'am,
Yeah.
Preeti ma'am, I think the
Yes.
list can be shared with Suhani, but let the nodal teachers do the students registration.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
fine, ma'am,
it
fine.
will be more convenient for the teachers also to know which all students they've involved into this project now.
Yeah, sure. That's right.
Rest we will give a list to Suhani ji.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Continue, Suhani ji.
Yes, ma'am. So this is a little bit about the program, the Sustainability Leaders Program. So the beginners program and the advanced program. So if anyone wants to know more, they can always visit the website. I even have a few sample exercises from my experiences at the Sustainability Accelerator internship. So these are some of the examples of the solutions that I gave when I was doing the program. So students can use these resources. So this is a story telling session that we had where I had to make my own story. And then this is my blog. So I put out a few blogs and on different topics, as you can see. Now, these are some of the resources that I've added. This is my sister's essay, which she posted when she was in 10th grade. As you can see me over here, the little Suhani accompanying her sister. Then this is another article that another professor wrote on the basis of Khushi's article, my sister. This is the project 3D. These are some of the details of the project. The description, the feature, we had to like do a whole pitch on the project. So I put the details over here if anyone wants to see. Then we have our video resources. These are some of the YouTube videos I made during the presentation and also before it. So this was a pitch proposal video. This was the event that I was talking about with the waste collectors that we initiated. And these are a few other videos on sustainability. And this is about it. And I hope this website will help everyone. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask them right now.
Yes, all the teachers, if they have any queries, they can please coordinate with Suhani.
Yes, if you could like please unmute your mics and ask.
Yes, you can unmute your mic and you can share your question with her.
Hello.
Anyone?
Hello.
Yes.
I am audible.
Yes, you are.
Good morning. Myself,
morning.
Dr. Naresh Bardwaj, Assistant Director, MIDC, Department of Local Government. तो मैं आप सभी टीचर से यही रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा क्योंकि सभी इंस्टीट्यूट्स में विद इन इंस्टीट्यूट भी वेस्ट एक बड़ा कंसर्न है क्योंकि सभी इंस्टीट्यूट में हॉर्टिकल्चर वेस्ट भी जनरेट होता है और जो दूसरा वेस्ट वो भी जनरेट होता है। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कि जब हम सभी इंस्टीट्यूट जो इसमें जुड़े हैं, इस प्रोग्राम में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, वो अपने इंस्टीट्यूट्स को भी बेटर बनाने में वर्क करेंगे। सेकेंडली, जो स्टूडेंट्स इसमें इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, वो स्टूडेंट्स फ्यूचर में अपने घर में, अपने सिटीज में या फिर वो जिस भी पोजीशंस पे कल को ज्वाइन करेंगे तो वहां पे एक डिफरेंस क्रिएट करेंगे। तो दैट्स वाई हम सबके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाता है कि हम इसमें एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट करें। थैंक यू।
So that is very good.
सत श्री अकाल। सत श्री अकाल। मैं डॉक्टर पूरन सिंह and I am working in PMIDC in solid waste management. And the program explained by Suhani is one of the unique program
that is Sustainability Leaders Program. और आप सभी को पता है, let me speak in Hindi and Punjabi, that waste has become a concern these days. Here, there, everywhere, there is littering. We don't care of our own waste. We create unnecessary waste. And management has become a big issue these days. And even, for not managing the waste, our local bodies are being, penalized by the National Green Tribunal. So it is all of us. And जब मैं स्टूडेंट था तो मैंने पढ़ा था एथलेटिक्स में, catch them young while in athletics. मैं ये कह सकता हूँ इस प्रोग्राम के माध्यम से, catch them young while in solid waste management. ये हम सब पैदा करते हैं, ध्यान कोई नहीं करता. इसलिए बच्चे इससे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, they will learn and they will make the future of India. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ, ਉੱਥੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਚੰਗਾ, ਉਹ ਵੇਸਟ कहता ਤੁਸੀਂ बस पूछो ना. मैं खुद जब मैंने टोक्यो विजिट किया था, आई सॉ द सिटी. यदि अगर कहीं लिटरिंग मिलेगी तो इंडियंस ही करते थे या नेपालीज करते थे. माय सन यूज्ड टू टेल मी. बट इन आवर कंट्री ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਨੇ ਆ, ਉਹ बैट लाने की की लोड़ है. जब ਅਸੀਂ चंडीगढ़ आने बैट लगाने आ, तो हमें इस प्रोग्राम के माध्यम से इसको हम इतना गंभीरता से लें कि जो बच्चे 1000 बच्चे हम तैयार करेंगे और अल्टीमेटली 100 करेंगे, दे बिकम रियली चैंपियंस ऑफ सस्टेनेबल सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट. With this, I wish all the best to the program leader as well as the participants, the officers and the other participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I would thank both the speakers here as well as Suhani for giving us a lot of knowledge on this project. And मैं सिर्फ इतना ही कहना चाहवांगी जी अपने सारे टीचर सहबान ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ 11th ਕਲਾਸ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ. ਅਸੀਂ इस बच्चे ਨੂੰ भी सपोर्ट करनी है, खाली इसलिए नहीं सपोर्ट करनी कि ये बच्चे ने शुरू किया है, बट इसलिए सपोर्ट करनी है क्योंकि दिस इज द नीड ऑफ द आवर. ये सानू बहुत जरूरी चाहिए कि ਅਸੀਂ अपने बच्चों ਨੂੰ भी नॉट ओनली ਜਿਹੜੇ 50 ਬੱਚੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਰ ਸਕੂਲ ਤੋਂ ਲਿੱਤੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ, ਰੈਦਰ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਰ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂ ਸੁਹਾਨੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ, we have to be the change to bring the change. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਚੇਂਜ ਲਿਆਣੀ ਪਏਗੀ ਔਰ ਉਸ ਚੇਂਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਲਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸੈਪਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਏਗਾ ਕਿ ਯੈਸ, if we've been chosen as the nodal officers for this program, we have to give 100% ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਕਰੀਏ ਔਰ ਆਪਣੀ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸੇਵ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ. ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੁਹਾਨੀ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਹੀ ਕਿ that is waste management 5 hours we have to keep into consideration: refuse, reduce, reuse, repair and recycle. This is very important. So what I feel is कि अगर as nodal officers ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ zoom meeting ਤੋਂ ਸਮਝ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ 50 ਬੱਚੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ क्षमता ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਜਿਸਟਰ ਕਰਾਓ. ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਕੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਲਿਸਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਬਰਪਟਲੀ ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਚੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਲਿੱਤੇ ਹੋਣ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੰਤਵ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਪਤਾ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਮੰਤਵ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੇਣੇ ਆ. ਸੋ ਆਈ ਵੁੱਡ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਯੂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਗੋ ਥਰੂ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਆਪਣੀ ਲਿਸਟ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈ and they can bring the change in your school, in your city, in your place of work. ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ ਕਰੋ. ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੋਟੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਹੈ. ਐਜ਼ ਟੀਚਰਸ, ਐਜ਼ ਡਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫਿਸਰਸ ਸਾਡੀ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ वेरी मच.
मैडम मैं 1 मिनट और लूंगा, बस ज्यादा नहीं.
हाँ जी
ये जो
सर.
बच्चे जो ज्वाइन करेंगे, दे विल गेट इंटर्नशिप सर्टिफिकेट ऑल्सो. Number
Right.
2, it will be useful for them. Number 2, the schools which participate in this program, हम अपने प्रोग्राम की तरफ से we can support them in making the school zero waste. Suhani will be interacting with students as well as teachers, and we will also be supporting the schools in hand holding as well as in making the schools zero waste. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਵੇਖੋਗੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਕੂਲ ਜ਼ੀਰੋ ਵੇਸਟ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਫੀਲ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ। आई कैन से कि जो घर में अच्छा वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट करते हैं, दे नॉट ओनली फील सेटिस्फाइड, बट मैं ये कह सकता हूं भी दे फील अबव ऑल।